bit tight and sore and stretching is just not doing it for you? Well, today we're going to do a very special technique that takes your stretching up to a whole new level. What it does is it rolls out all of the knots, increases mobility, flexibility, and releases all of the tension within your body. This is known as rolling. Usually rolling is done with that thing that you'll see behind me. Things that are foam that you lie on the floor and roll around with. But here is the big issue. If you're just starting out with foam rolling, then lying down, placing all of your body weight onto a tight, sore muscle when your muscles aren't used to it can be really painful. So painful that you don't even want to do it. Not only that, if you're new to exercise and new to foam rolling, then rolling around using your upper body weight for an extended period of time on a piece of equipment can be tiring. And again, it doesn't feel like much of a relax and muscle release. So instead, what we're gonna do is use another rolling apparatus, my absolute favorite, something that I know you surely have in your house because we all do, especially if you love baking. It's the rolling pin. Here's why this works. Think about your tight, knotted muscles, much like a fresh ball of dough that you've just created. There's lumps in it still. It's not smooth and it's not fresh and flowing. No, there's those little lumps that you have to roll out, smooth out. And once you've done that, you've got your perfect and supple pie crust waiting to be baked. Well, okay, so you're not gonna bake your muscles, but what you are doing, much like this pie crust, is rolling out all of those muscle knots, rolling out the imperfections, and in fact, you're starting to release this casing that's around our muscles, known as the fascia, which allows for smooth muscle flow, flexibility, mobility, and freedom in your body. You're gonna sit down on a chair, grab your pie rolling, muscle rolling pin, and let's get started. Here we go. We're going to start nice and simple. Sit on a chair or a stool, whatever you feel most comfortable with. We're going to start from the ankles up. Grab your foam roller and place it behind your leg, just like this. Gently holding onto it, press into the muscle and roll all the way up. We're starting with the blood flow area. So we want all blood flow to go towards the heart, which is why you're pushing up first and then you slowly go down. Yes, this is increasing blood flow. If you've got an achy part of your body as you're pushing and rolling, then it is increasing the blood flow, which is going to help repair and reduce inflammation in that area. It might reduce pain in that area as well and create more freedom and mobility. So pushing in here, very gentle. And if there's a part that I roll on that feels like a knot, I'm going to hold it in there. And I'm just gonna hold. It's a little bit of an upper body workout, but if you've ever done a real foam roller, then you know full well that this is nothing in comparison. So it's working the biceps for sure as I'm doing this. Shoulders roll back and down to keep that upper body form while you're doing this. And then you're going to continue. Exhale. See how slow I'm going as I roll? That is so important. It's not about speed when you're doing this. The slower you go, the more your muscles, you find those knots within the muscles, you're pressing in, and just like that pie, the more you press in, the more you're taking out those little dough dots there, creating some really flat, smooth muscles. I'm going to switch sides now so that I'm on the inside. Same thing here on the inside and pushing in. I'm pushing and gently pushing. If there's a sore spot, I'm going to stop there. Breathe into it. Deep inhale and exhale, relaxing the muscle. Do you notice how my elbow is pressing in on the opposite leg there? So my elbow over here is pressing in on the leg. The leg is giving me some extra support so that I can push in a little bit harder and push back with that leg that I'm working on, and then gently roll up. Here, for example, I feel a lot of muscle tension, so I'm just gonna hold it, breathe into it, deep inhale, exhale, and then roll up. What I love about the foam, well, not the foam roller, this is actually a rolling pin. What I love about it is that you decide the tension. So you're in 100% control of how much tension you're using. Nice and slow here. And then before we go anywhere else, we're gonna do the front of the leg. So you've got a shin here, as you probably already know, and right over here is the muscle. When you get over on this side here, that's the bone, and you really don't want to bruise the bone or touch the bone. We want to stay on this side, on the side here. So you might even want to grab your leg. For some of you who have such great legs that have that defined muscle that's in here that you can actually pull on to feel where that division is, and that's what you're looking for. You're going to keep the foam roller on an angle, and again, we're starting right near the ankle and we're going to go up because we're very slowly but surely gonna bring that blood flow. We're bringing the blood up to the heart and increasing blood flow to the area. That's it, and I'm gonna go down again. Very slowly, much slower than if we were doing a pie crust, am I right? But really slow. That's so valuable to go slow because it really allows you to iron out those knots that are inside of the leg there. I'm gonna even lift up my pants a little bit more because I wanna get all the way to right underneath that knee there. A lot of times there you'll feel that tension right underneath the knee where there's some insertion. Right here as well, if you're a walker, you might feel that in the front of the leg. And a lot of times if you feel front of foot issues, it could actually be radiating from this area, right? Trigger points that radiate to different areas of the body. That's it, nice and slow. Again, great upper body workout, pushing in. That's it. And I'm gonna take it right to the side here on this side. Perfect, going really, really slow and release. Okay, let's do the other side before we continue on with this leg. Give this side a little bit of relaxation, allow it to relax a little bit. I'm actually gonna pull up my pants for this side all the way up so you can see what I'm doing with my calf as well. So again, I'm just gonna use the other leg as my support here, putting the rolling pin behind the leg right where the ankle is. Then I'm gonna push in very gently and very slowly. I'm gonna roll up. Sometimes some people feel itching. That's usually the fascia or the increased blood flow that you're feeling. So it's a good sign if you feel itching or it feels a little uncomfortable. You're looking to feel for knots as well. Any bumps that you feel along the direction. So right here, bump, bump, I feel a bump, I'm gonna hold it here and breathe into it. Deep inhale and exhale. One more thing while you're in these positions and you're rolling, again, because you're down here for a little while, you might actually want to stand up or place your leg on top of something so that your low back gets a chance to rest. So for example, a lot of times when I'm watching TV, I'll place this rolling pin against two objects and just allow my leg to very gently roll as I'm watching TV. So I'm killing two birds with one stone there. It doesn't look attractive, but who cares? I'm in my living room with my husband, right? That's it, perfect. Okay, we're gonna do the inside now. Same thing, you've got the inside part, you're not touching the bone, so you're not actually touching your ankle. And you're gonna roll all the way up. Usually here with that big part of the gas drop, the big part, juicy part of the calf comes in, that's usually where a lot of tension is held. And so I just hold it there for a little bit, and then I slowly roll back up. Perfect. There's always one side that tends to feel it more than the other. And then let's do the front of the shin. Same thing, right here again, you're looking for that divide where the muscle is on the side there, always on the side with this one here, and then slowly come up, all the way up. Shoulders roll back and down, and you're pressing right down. That's it, right to the bottom of the knee, and then very slowly down. I find personally that the shin is always so much tighter than my calf. That's me personally. I don't really wear heels that much, so I don't feel as much tension in the back. But in the front there, from walking and from doing weights and from even from running, that's where I really feel it. Let me know in the comments below where you're feeling this the most, where you feel the most lumps and bumps. Ooh, right here. You're gonna hold it here. You can keep on rolling up and down if you don't feel anything there. Perfect. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the part that tends to be tighter first. We're gonna do the back of the leg, the hamstrings. For this, if you've got a chair that's higher up, you're gonna wanna scooch right to the end of it, roll your shoulders back and down, and hold on to that rolling pin from the underhand. Just like this, you're gonna hold underneath, pull up, again, working a lot of bicep, and you're gonna very slowly but surely roll towards the bottom. So you're rolling all the way down, and back up again. I'm turning it now to the side. You see that? The hamstring isn't one muscle that attaches right underneath. It spreads out on the back of your leg. So you want to hit this at different angles. You want to roll out all of those lumps and bumps on a side angle, and then on the middle angle here, right inside of the crease of the knee all the way down. And even on the inside, so I'm doing the inner thigh area, which is another area that, especially if you walk, or for some of you that are doing the aquafit classes, wow, is that ever tight. Perfect. It gets into areas that even stretching doesn't get into, and really if you do this as well as you're stretching, or in place of stretching on every other day, it'll really increase that mobility. Okay, so now we're going to do the front of the leg, and what the quads, the quadriceps muscles, there's 4 of them, just like this, that go over top of the knee, like that. So what you want to do is you want to make sure to hit all of them. So again, you're straightening out one leg because you want all these muscles to be as relaxed as possible when you're doing this. Starting right above the knee, I'm just going to start to test it a little. Push all the way to one side, and then the other, just like this, rocking back and forth. Where do you feel the lumps? Does it create any sort of knee pain? A lot of times what happens is the muscles in your quads, they get really, really tight, and they pull on the knee. They pull your knee out of alignment, where they compress the kneecap so it feels painful, when in reality it might not be arthritis that is the actual issue, or it might not be an old injury. What it might actually be is tightness. So it's the first thing to rule out, and it's such good news when you find out it's just a tight muscle you have to release, right? Okay, so I'm gonna hold it here. We're gonna start on the outside and gently roll all the way up. Feeling a lot of knots here, I'm just gonna hold it. And if this is too much and I need more pressure, you can straighten out and push down with more of your upper body weight. Lots of upper body being pushed in here, and then come all the way to the top of the thigh. So if you can handle it down, great, but then if it's not enough pressure, you will have to come up to push down. There we go. I'm in the middle now. Push down all the way up into my hip flexor, into the little crease in my hip, and then we're going to do this side. Same thing. Great. Perfect. All the way up. Just let that muscle relax. We've got the other side to do. Once again, we're going to do the same type of thing. So you're going to grab your rolling pin just like this, press down gently, and just go side to side. One side always feels better than the other. This one for me, for example, my left side, it's a lot less lumpy when I go side to side. So find if you feel more lumpy or less lumpy, and then hold where you feel the most lumps. So where you want to start, I'm doing the outside first, and gently press up, all the way up. Nice and slow. That's it. And for example, if you need more pressure, you're going to push, bend the knee, then bring your leg in. That's it. Hold if you feel a knot. Deep inhale and exhale. Perfect. And then keep on rolling up. That's it. Oh, can you see that? The actual muscle is moving underneath. Those knots are moving. And then I'm taking it on the inside. Same thing on the inside. I'm gently pushing gently rolling out all of those knots. Great, okay, and now we're gonna do the underside. So I'm gonna end with this underside here, grab the foam roller. I always call it a foam roller because that's this guy here. That's the next level. Okay, so putting the rolling pin inside of the crease of your knee, you're gently gonna push up and roll all the way down to your bottom. Again, if you feel tightness, if you feel a knot, stop there. You'll know when there's a knot, you'll feel a bump, and then move. You also might get a trigger point or pain that might radiate to a different part of your body when you're doing that, a sensation like, oh yeah, like this has traveled somewhere. That's also really normal a lot of the times. If you've got an extra tight muscle, it will shoot or create a little bit of pain somewhere else. So just hold it there again. Hold it and breathe in. So we're doing the inside now. If you feel anything, hold it. And middle again. Hold, push. That's it. And the outside. Perfect, and release. You didn't need to stand for that. You did a whole loosening and release of the upper body. See how it feels? Stand up, move around, and see if you get a little bit more flexibility and mobility in the body. For more motivational fitness and nutrition tips to make 50s and beyond the healthiest and most vibrant years of your life, visit AliciaJonesHealthyLiving.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel.